Well, as the stomach turns, the drama continues. Um, this Vector war may be hard information for you to receive. It appears like it is a war mentality going on, and those of us that are trying to create a peaceful world don't necessarily want to participate in this stomach churning. It is upsetting, will cause ulcers, will destroy you if you participate in any form of war. But I believe in freedom of speech. I kind of am interested in human rights. And what my observation is that we seem to be able to put text on paper, but not actually live it in our own lives. And that's why I'm sort of using this, what appears to be war. It's like, okay, it's going on. I'm going to look at it from above and see what exactly is really going on and just sort of report the news from what is war. And for the most part, from what I'm hearing, Vector apparently stands for most of the same things I stand for. But I'm perceived to be an enemy in some way, shape, or form from this guy, which is why I can make one statement and, he might hear three, words out of a sentence and jump to a conclusion when you need full information to really see the bigger picture of things. And a great deal of my channel has a lot to do with the research that I've done, because I have been dealing with severe abuse from my ex-husband and his new wife. I've been stalked. This is the part that blows me away the most, is those people that claim to be there standing for the same things you are, when you are really needing help, the entities, typically nonprofits, police, government, medical, any system right now that is claiming to help people actually does the exact same thing that this Vector guy is doing. Now, from my experience, I had children to raise and feed. And while I had my abuser, this guy was taking me to court and actually had court orders where I owed him child support. Now, I can barely feed my children off minimum wage, which is the only types of jobs you can get while dealing with this level of abuse. You take out minimum wage, and have to pay a deadbeat and still try to put food on the table, is to me outrageous. And then when you try and say help, it's people like Vector that want to destroy you even more. So, the pain of what my abuser has done has nothing to compare with how upsetting it is to see nonprofits, people that are claiming to want to help other people, are actually there willing to stab you in the back as much as possible. That part is really upsetting to me. We aren't really getting the bigger picture. We say we want to help, but we don't want to help. We say we're into human rights, but we don't really want to walk the walk ourselves, talk the talk ourselves. I'm not Vector's enemy. I'm sure he has really, really great points to make. But one of the things that I have learned trying to keep my own personal insanity is there's an information field that we don't know. We're accessing this information field all the time, it's your intuition at play. The voice in your head that tells you what to do, that says, oh, this, we all have that. We all have these voices. Should I do this? Should I do that? The conversation that goes on in your head, that conversation that's going on in your head is actually self using intuition to access an information field, which is scientifically proven. Now, if you are in a frustrated, angry, fearful, frustrated, anything negative state of mind, when you are accessing an information field and have the voice, the conversations in your mind, you are always, always, always going to find wrong information, mostly for self. As we can kind of see from the bullying that's going on, most of the information, for example, the fraud accusations, I did put out a video that says, hey, why not put this towards something good, which is WikiLeaks. They shut down PayPal, but then I thought, well, maybe everybody else that has PayPal can collect the money for him, because they were cutting off all avenues of him getting money. But I specifically put on that video that do not send any money to me. We have to figure this out, which ultimately we ended up just putting links to, here, donate directly to WikiLeaks. So the fraud accusations are completely false. I have no problems with that because I have the video. I know what I said, and there's no way I specifically said, do not send money to me. But that's one example that when you're angry with me, you will only receive part of the information, a little bit of information. Oh, like what's going on in the bigness. The same patterns are going on in the bigness of our world, where we're hearing only part of the information from criminals. And, WikiLeaks is coming out with the other side of the story, which I'm saying, even that information you have to judge for yourself. All the information, when you receive full information and you use your mind in a peaceful, calm, loving state, you will be able to judge what is right or wrong. This just be the love. Tried that, love didn't pay the bills to, didn't feed my children, so being the love is far from something that I support, because we don't really know what love is. We don't know how to use it. We don't know how to make that be a better world for ourselves. Being the love sometimes just makes you more of a victim. There's so much about being the love and meditation that kind of see how that game doesn't play out too well. So I have done an awful lot of research, and that is what I found to be the most helpful tool is, don't be offended, don't be angry, don't be frustrated, don't be fearful when you are being bombarded with information, because this is, the stage of truth. This is where we're going to get bombarded by information in the bigness of our world. WikiLeaks is an example. If you want to know what truth is, if you want to improve your own life, then you have to remain in a peaceful, loving state of being, because then you access perfect information from this information field. The conversations you will have in your mind will be truthful. And after all, it's only truthful for you. You need to know where your direction needs to go. You don't need to listen to me. I'm just sharing information. It may not be truthful information. You need to judge for yourself. And doing so by gaining the information, but keeping yourself in a peaceful state of being, and have the conversations, and you will always, always, always be guided towards truth in that way. Now, I'm always, there is no war from my mind between me and Bhaktr. He clearly is in an angry state of being. I am not the cause of his anger. The only reason any of us are pissed off as hell is because some shit has happened to us in our past. And there's more than enough reason for us all to be really, really pissed off. But and those are the things. Whatever is pissing him off, I'm against. Whatever was done to him that would make him this rageful, this angry, I am for him. I believe whatever was done to him should have been stopped. It should get a voice. We should hear exactly what was the cause of this level of rage and anger. But if you can kind of notice that if you have had some hell happen to your life and you allow that to affect you, which definitely happened to me. I got caught up. I was bombarded by more than enough things that would get me pissed off, angry as hell. And it was leading me down a wrong path. I had to do a lot of calming down. I had, there's a lot of sciences that you have these spinners of information within every cell of your body. And you'll feel it. You could actually vibrate. There's a lot of things about vibration that I'm not seeing exactly true, but there is some truth to a vibration that your body feels. And when you have this anger, hate vibration within inside you, it is your nerves. You'll feel your nerves. It will cause fight, flight. It will do so much damage. And to calm that down, yeah, you do have to kind of do some form of meditation. For me, it's been just extreme deep breathing. It is like seclude your world so that you won't get affected by your world until you're able to calm yourself down. For me, I was taking like 6 baths a day. Hot water was something that can really calm the spinners within each of your cells. We're getting down to the quantum physics of calming down. And you can just say, oh, calm down. Sometimes it's not that easy to just calm down. You can't even see what's going on within self, within the quantum world of self is a lot more interesting. Some things are just not as easy as you may think they are. But I'd also like to add within this video that this is the way our justice systems also judge information. From my experience, the only reason why my ex-husband was allowed to get court orders where I owe him child support when the children live with me is because judges prejudge. They do not receive full information. They only receive the information they want to hear. And at the time when I was dealing with extreme abuse, it's like punching somebody, beating the crap out of somebody and showing up in court with no bruises. Because we don't want to recognize emotional abuse, stalking, harassing, actual leads to physical abuse as well that I've had to deal with. Because my children were encouraged to be violent towards me. As soon as they got off the phone with their father, they're beating the crap out of me. Which they can't even see themselves that they were doing. But there's more than enough records because I've had to phone the police, and the police kind of see what was going on, but didn't stop anything. Didn't try to offer me or my children help. They just sort of went in the door, seen what was going on, seen that I needed help big time, and so did my children, but they left. They didn't offer any help whatsoever. And when I went in front of any of these judges, yeah, I was emotional. I was crying, like I was blown away when I'm not entitled to present information. I was blown away while truth wasn't allowed to come out. That affected me emotionally. And these judges went on that. They go with the calm guy, the criminal that's allowed to be calm because why? He's gaining all of the wealth. He's winning through his criminal acts, and they can tend to be as calm as possible. Victims tend to be very, very angry, frustrated because there is no help. And our judges, no matter what planet, what country you come from, they all judge in the same manner because they're biased. To be human means you are biased based on, your experiences will help you judge your world. So there is a good link that I think everybody should watch. This guy is making, another observation that's saying perfectly what I'm saying. You might want to take a look at it. I'll post it below. Peace out.